Good morning, everybody. Let's wait some minutes for the people who are joining. Okay, we are ready to start. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We are excited to have you here in this webinar. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. This webinar is being recorded and it will be shared with you with a follow-up email. Also, if you have any further questions, you will be able to ask through that communication. For those who don't know me, my name is Melania Lopez. I am Commercial Director of Amon Group in Canada. I'm glad to be here today to speak about a crucial topic in the mining industry, the supplier registration procedure. We all know the impact that suppliers have in the Peruvian mining sector, from small local business to large corporation. Everybody plays a vital role in the development and sustainability of this industry. Today, we are going to explore how the supplier registration process is carried out and how it is so relevant. But first, who we are. Mon Group is an international consulting legal firm with our own offices in Latin American countries, including Canada and USA, except we are not in Venezuela and Central America. We offer a wide range of services focused in different industries. Mon Group has more than 40 years in the market with the only purpose to find the best solutions for you to expand your business internationally. In other words, we take you by your hand and we do all the process for you. Just focus on the core of your business, right? We are more than 250 professionals in-house, and I said we have offices in the Americas, as you can see there, all the flags where we are located. Mon Group offers legal services where we have lawyers specialized in main areas of the economy, natural resources, national and international trade and investment, mining, environmental, water rights, tax, migration, labor, along another specialties more. We also offer the hosting services or internationally called corporate services that includes legal representation, register address, accounting services, and on-demand services such as brand services, back office, payroll, and other ones. Mining is a productive activity of great importance for Peru and has been one of the engines of the country's growth. It is the activity that contributes the most of the GDP, and it represents around the 9% of the GDP, and in the case of mineral export, it represents almost 64%. That happens mainly due to the long mining tradition that dates back to Inca times, but also due to the commercial openness of the country, the equal treatment given to investors, both for national and foreign, and the diversity and potential of the resources. So much so, Peru has the largest silver reserves in the world and is the second largest producer of zinc and copper. At the Latin American level, is the first country with reserves of silver, molybdenum, zinc, and gold. From the importance of mining in Peru, let's now take a look at all the collaboration of the suppliers in the development of this industry. Suppliers are those companies that provide essential services, products, to this mining industry, from the beginning with exploration activities and later with the extraction and processing of materials until their commercialization. Something that I thought was important to share with you today is that in a study of mining suppliers carried out in 2021 by the company SAMI, it mentioned that purchases by mining company from suppliers is around $10 billion annually. It is very important information for this topic that we are talking today. What are these products with the greatest demand? These are electrical machinery and equipment, textile products, personal protective equipment, mechanical devices, among other ones. Now, within the company that offer equipment, most of them specialize mainly in the manufacturing sector, that is the 23%, and distribution 16%, while the 30% do not offer equipment and concentrate only in providing services. Companies specialized in equipment are mainly companies with more than 20 years in the market and concentrated in medium and large companies. The companies that offer services are mostly 13%, maintenance to 13%, and the 10% are companies that offer engineering services and other 10% services in the mine. Most have been on the market for more than 20 years. Maintenance, technological services, and other various services such as consulting companies are primary micro and small businesses. Now, what happens if I have a product and I want to offer a services to a mining company? How I become a supplier? For me, are three factors that I think are important, and here is the order in which they should be prioritized. One, quality of the product or services. This is something you should consider as a starting point, because mining demand seeks to obtain goods that comply with some international standard or regulation. And it is for reason that suppliers must start at demonstrating rigorous compliance with their own standards, not only quality, but in addition, the supplier should be considered obtain certifications. Second, financial model. A solid financial model is the backbone of the success. The supplier must take into account that the payments are on credit. So they must organize their company in such a way as to withstand the delay in the flow of income. This forces us to balance expenses and even increase the cost of the product offered. And the third point is the product sustainability. Buyers often lean towards suppliers who have a lot of experience in this matter. It is therefore important to offer product with technological innovation that have obtained some certification in sustainability. Okay, so now let's move on to the core part of our presentation, the supplier registration process. Mining companies usually have a list of suppliers with whom they consult prices, quality, purchasing condition, after-sales services, and other ones. Registration is an integral tool that helps manage the supplier chain, mitigate risk, comply with regulatory requirements, and promote operational efficiency and transparency in business relationships. Something important to take into account is that in Peru, the government does not have a register of mining suppliers. However, there is a directory of Peruvian companies that request suppliers. So each mining company has its own registration policy. I will talk about the common points that this platform have. However, you must verify the information directly with the mining company that you want to be registered as their supplier. The first step is to enter to the website of the company that you want to be registered. Look at the suppliers section. Then the second step, you will need to create a user and a password. Then the company will send you an email with instructions. In the instructions, there is a form that must be completed with detailed information about the supplier company. Information like general data, financial information, certification, information about managers, legal representatives, and some details of your company. Most companies have this form in SAP platform because it's used to manage procurement processes and relationships with suppliers. Along with information detailed in the form, they will also ask for support material, such as a letter from the bank, a copy of financial statements, constitution of the company, reference letters from other clients you may have. It depends on the information entered in the form, and also it depends on the company. Another step is the approval process. This process is the evaluation that company requests from all the suppliers in this process. They evaluate the financial and legal compliance, operational capacity, and management system according to the demand of the product they have. This is only for health and safety at work matters, environmental, social responsibility, information security. So in short, purchasing companies wants suppliers to demonstrate that they have the operational, administrative, and financial capacity to provide their services or the products that they are offering. Every company, every potential supplier, regardless of the size, must go through this approval process. So, how is this approval carried out? This is done through an audit. The evaluator will verify the form that is previously sent to him, which must fill out point by point through document evidence as appropriate and as asked in the form. When the approval process is completed, the certifying company will send a technical report with the results obtained. So as a step 6, finally, if all the steps have been completed, the registration process and the appliance supplier remains in the company's database. The mining company can access this database when it requires a product and or a services. So I want to show you a practical example. Yeah, we have here the Compañía de Minas Buenaventura and how a mining suppliers can be registered in the case of this company. There are 4 steps. When you go to their website and look for the supplier application, you will see these 4 steps. As indicated a few minutes ago, the first thing that this company will ask you is the creation of a profile with an username and a password. Usually, this registration is done by the legal representative of the company. They ask to create a user and a password, and it takes to create the company information, a profile. As you can see here, this company uses SAP platform too. So there is a lot of information that they request to be completed. And all the information must be very detailed, and you also can attach a catalog of the product or services that you want to offer. We recommend if you are attaching catalogs, must be in the language of the company. For example, for this one, you can your catalogs must be in Spanish and with the detailed information of the product. Because as I said, then these companies will review the suppliers and they will see what services or products you are offering, and they will contact you. In case of Compañía de Minas Buenaventura, they do their approval process themselves. How they do that? They request you to attach all the supporting documents back in the information entered in the form. So as soon as the form is filled up, and you will receive a confirmation that you passed to the 4th step. So you must comply with all the information you sent, and you have to attach the supporting documents. I have here another example, Antamina. Antamina don't ask the potential suppliers to complete the form. They request to obtain a certification from the SGS, which is an audit company from Peru. When the certification is issued, they send it to the mining company, and the mining company add the supplier to the database. As you can see here, is very different. You don't have to fill out the form through the SAP platform of the mining company. You have to do it through the SGS company. So what are the benefits that suppliers will achieve with this registration, what is important for you to be registered and look this part of a registration process in the mining companies? It's simple. It's to be visible to the mining company. When you are in its database and when there is a need for services or products, the mining company will contact you. There are two ways to achieve this: a direct purchase through or to a bidding process. If it's through a bidding process, the supplier will receive an email from the mining company so they can participate in the tender. Then the supplier must access their account and verify if they meet the required conditions. The supplier might be asked to answer some questions and attach documents according to the tender, right? So to the demand. Note that not all the companies can participate in these bidding processes. The mining company will send this demand only to suppliers that are registered in the database. What are the keys to be selected as supplier? Currently, mining companies are focused on achieving sustainable mining, where responsible sourcing stands as the cornerstone of sustainable business. Suppliers are expected to meet high quality, safety, and environmental standards. In this sense, they are looking for companies that satisfy the following requirements: technological innovation, optimization of processes, so that is profitable, but at the same time is ecological. Compliance with labor standards. Suppliers are expected to respect all the labor rights, guaranteeing the recognition of payment of benefits, and as well the provision of insurance, among other ones related with labor standards. Compliance program. That's it. The compliance has implemented compliant policies such as code of conduct, anti-bribery policies, complaints challenge, certifications, and along another ones that is related with compliance. Social responsibility is essential that companies implement this practice through including respect for human rights and support for local communities. Respect the environment. Responsible waste management, site rehabilitation, and regulatory compliance are very essential in this point. Monitoring and preventing pollution ensures that operations minimize their environmental impact. And last but not least is risk management. Mining companies seek to collaborate with suppliers that have a management system capable of identifying risks. So it is important for the suppliers to maintain up-to-date work policies and procedures to manage the risk. So in the group of mining suppliers, there are contracted suppliers, which are those that with functional autonomy and their own assets carry out exploration, development, exploitation, and benefit activities. These companies must be registered with the Ministry of Energy and Mines of Peru. They must be registered to be able to carry out these activities. But which are the companies or which are the suppliers or activities that are not required to register before the ministry? Activity related to mining activity do not require registration. For example, medical services, security, hotel services, storage tanks. Here is the list of the companies that not require registration. As I said, I will be able to share this presentation with you so you can review in detail the list of the companies or activities that are related to mining, but they don't need to be registered before the ministry. Finally, I want to explain this process to you, which is really simple. How the registration procedure of mining contractor company. First, an application is submitted to the Ministry of Energy and Mines, demonstrating there is a subscribe and pay share capital for an amount of no less of 131,000 US dollars. Among the requested documents are the electronic record and registration of public records. The evaluation of the request lasts around 30 days, and with approval, the supplier companies enter the database and must be a supplier for a mining company. This is very important, right? You must be a supplier of a mining company, and then you can apply for this registration before the Ministry of Energy and Mines. So an important fact is that this registration does not have an expiration date. So if you are registered, you can be there unless the regulations change, obviously. Well, as you see, it is very straightforward and it's easy and very simple process. The most important for you is to take a look on the form that each mining company have, and then you can apply and complete all the information in the forms. All this advice or help we can do it in our office in Peru and help you with that. Well, thank you so much. This is mainly the general information for you to take a look of all the website or the mining companies that you want to apply. And as I indicated, you will receive a follow-up email and you will have the presentation. Also, if you have any questions, we will be happy to schedule a later session and explain you more in detail about your services or products that you want to offer in Peru. Here is the information of all 12 offices. And here are my contact information if you want to screenshot and send me a note later. Well, thank you so much for your time today to this informative session. So you will receive an email from me in this afternoon. Thank you.